Hello everyone, this is Rattue 498 and this is a 3v3 battle on grassy flatlands, and this is between Huntsman and Huntsman. I'm playing as Prussia, Banastre Tarleton is playing as GB in the centre, and Mahakar is playing as GB on the left flank. I'm going to be facing Neworder as GB. Krasnikof is in the centre facing Banastre as Prussia, and Dave is playing on the right flank on their side, playing as GB opposite Mahakar. So these are my Prussian lights. Just going to do a little light on light battle. Right, now as you can see, Neworder's got a couple of militia he's going to send through. My lights are going to shoot at them. I'm also going to send a little cav charge in to try and stop them, so they don't get the advantage on me. So in the centre, Banastre and Krasnikof are already engaged with their lights. Krasnikov's now pushing up his right flank, which is one militia in front, and there's 3 foot guard behind, I believe. So Banastre is going to send a cav charge in to try and hold him up, as Krasnikov sends his cav through as well. It's a good tactic that Krasnikov uses with the militia in front with the 3 elites behind, and then he can send the cav through to make him square.
Sir, our general is under attack.
So I've pretty much killed off Neworder's militia, so that's going to get rid of them. But I did lose quite a few lights in doing it. So as you can see in the centre here, this is Banastre and Krasnikov. There's a failed square there by Krasnikov. They both seem to fail a few squares a few times. So here, as you can see, their lights and lights are fighting again. So as I say, I've killed the militia off. On the top of the screen there, I make a little mistake. I leave one unit too far forward when I pulled my lights back from the militia, so I'm just going to correct that. So I make another mistake as well. My lines were too close to my lights, so they were getting shot, which is the problem Krasnikov said after the game in the centre here. Both him and Banastre left their lines too close, which is something you can't do, because any missed shots from the lights will go straight into your line. So Banastre seems to be losing the light battle, which is to be expected really. Prussian lights kind of kill everything in a light on light fight. So I'm doing okay, but obviously I lost quite a few men when I had to pull back from the militia. But I charged some cav into his right flank and to my left flank, and I'm going to hit both these cav units in Neworders. I'm going to push my elites round on the flank. So basically I've hit one unit, I send one cav in first and the second one follows up to hit them again. Same on the second line, and then I'm going to go for the lights as well. So Neworder's desperately trying to pull them back. So I'm going into his lights now. As you can see, my elites are just moving up, so they're in firing distance. So that there's completely opened up his flank. Neworder had a very much a strong build, he had strong lines, very strong lines. So if we could try and kill him quickly, then I was standing a good chance of winning against him, because I had a lot bigger number of men. So I had to form squares, so he pushed his lines up on the left because he did a cav charge in, so he's going to have some free shots at my squares now. So in the centre, as you can see, Banastre's only got a couple of light units left, so Krasnikov's going to win this battle now. Right, and this is Mahakar and Dave, who did start engaging a few minutes ago, but nothing really happened. It's just a big long line on line fight and line light fight, really. So as you can see, Dave's strongest force is on his right flank, whereas Mahakar seems to be on his right flank as well, just towards the centre. Mahakar did send a cav unit or 2 into Krasnikov as well to try and hold him out. Krasnikov's a fantastic player, so he's extremely difficult to fucking beat. He's a right bugger to play. Alright, so as you can see now, I've kind of cornered Neworder off, especially if you look at the mini-map. I've kind of made a very big hole between him and Krasnikov. I couldn't form a square with these guys, it wouldn't let me. I had 52 men, which should have been enough, but it just wouldn't let me do it, so...
Our men are running, sir.
Form a square with the others. So he's going for my lights, he gets a hit on my lights, I stop my lines. I was moving them up as he charged, so it was good timing from Neworder to charge. but as soon as they stop, they'll release a volley or two, and these guys will just rout away. So I have to pull my lines back as Krasnikof starts flanking me. So I have to pull my 2 elites back, which were taking his flank. I have to get them out of there. And Mahakar seems to be doing a fantastic job on Dave at the moment. Dave is also an excellent player. He's also extremely tough to beat. So Mahakar's doing a fantastic job there. This is Banastre's lines. He's now just going to basically try and do a holding job until I'm done with my opponent. So I'm going to send a cav charge through. He forms a square. So
Our men are
pull
running
him back. So now Krasnikof started to support in Neworder. I've got to try and reform my lines pretty quickly. So I reform them in a long line. Lights and lines mixed in down here in just one long straight line. I'm then going to start pushing my right flank up as to be able to shoot at his lights. If I can kill his lights off, then I've got a greater advantage again. But at this point I'm pretty confident I can win. I've got a much greater firepower left, and I've still got some decent cav units left as well. So as you can see, I'm going to send a cav charge in. He's going to think I'm going for his lines, so he forms a square. I'm not. I'm heading straight for his lights. There's a hole in the line there, as he's done the same as me, made a great big line, so there's nothing behind protecting them. So I just crash straight through these lights so I can get in behind. So I get in behind, I take a charge for the general. The whole time he's in square, my lines are going to shoot him up.
Our men are running for.
So this is Dave and Mahakar again. As you can see, Mahakar's started to wrap round him. Dave's strength was his right, Mahakar's strength was his right, so basically they're both going to take their flanks. So this is Mahakar's lines. Mahakar's new to Huntsman, as is Dave technically. He's in BSA, he's been playing with us for a long time but he never actually joined. But they're both now joined Huntsman. Mahakar does a lot of 1v1s, so probably find some of you have played him before. But he's an excellent player. So here I sent a cav charge in, finishing off Neworder's flank. I've still got a huge amount of men left. So I'm just going to form them up and prepare to attack Krasnikof as well, who forms his men up with Neworder. So here's all my lines reformed back up. Krasnikov's going to pull back, and this is over on Mahakar's and Dave's side. They're going to have Mahakar's going to have a problem now because Krasnikov's going to send a couple of foot guards behind him, which is just going to fuck him up and basically make everything run away. So it causes him a big problem. But as you can see, Mahakar probably would have beaten Dave if it wasn't for the intervention of Krasnikov. And there's Krasnikov's Prussians on the right. Mahakar's now got to pull out from that situation and try and reform back up. These guys routed away surprisingly early. So Dave's now going to win that battle over Mahakar. So it's going to cause us a huge problem now, our team. So, looking through on it, Mahakar's men are on the right, and Dave's going to pull all his men over, and Krasnikov's going to outflank him too. So Mahakar's really been destroyed here. Banastre had a few men left, they're going to be finished off in a second as well. There they are there, they're routing away now. So my Prussians are in front, Krasnikov's Prussians are down here at the bottom with the GB next to them. And also there's going to be all the GB and the Prussians from the other side of the battlefield going to come across as well. So I wasn't particularly confident. I had a couple of things going for me. So here as we're looking on, I send a cav unit in behind Krasnikov. I can't waste my cav. If I'd have kept it, you may find at the end of this it would have been a lot of the easier battle. But here, as you can see, the lines are firing on each other now.
Our men are running, sir.
So I'm going to kill off the rest of Neworder's GB units pretty quickly. And they're going to pull away now. And they're going to try and reform one great big line with all their forces. And they do still have quite a few units left. If you have a look at the mini-map, there's quite a few over the far side which are going to come over as well and make a great big line, and they're all going to, here they are now, and they're all going to join up together. And as you can see, they outnumber me quite a lot in units. So it's basically just going to be a great big firefight. The problem that I've got is that I'm running out of ammo, so I haven't got much left. So there's a lot of units left to kill and not enough ammunition to do it, really. So I've got my general staff's going to move up. I didn't use my lights particularly well either. I should have pulled them back a little bit so the line can fire. But to be honest, I wasn't particularly expecting to do too well in this, so I just used them however I used them, really. I didn't really use them too well at all. So I'm going to move my lines up. They're all going to start engaging. As you can see, these musketeers are out of ammo, so they're going to go in for melee. And same with the Coldstream Guard from Dave. He's out of ammo, so he's going for melee. I've got my general staff. These three units in the middle have not got enough men to form square. Take advantage of that. And I send my general staff through and whack into one of them. Most of Dave's men have got experience on the top, so of course a bit of fun to try and get them to rout. They kind of hang around for too long. So I hit all three of those units, and then I run off and hit the back of this unit as well, which is going melee on me with no ammo left. My unit's in the centre of firing at these units the whole time. Mahakar had one unit come back from Rattue. He's managed to bring it up, and he's shooting on the GB players. That's the bottom of the screen there. Now to your left, as you can see, Dave's going melee on him. So to the right are my men, to the left are the other team's men.
Our men are running, sir.
As I say, I've got a big problem with ammo. My general's going to charge in here. I'm not sure whether that was the right thing to do looking back at it. But here my musketeers are going melee with a foot guard unit, which is basically suicide, especially a foot guard unit got a chevron on the top. So it's real suicide for my musketeer unit, but I had no choice, I've got no ammo to shoot them. So I've charged in with my general. They didn't rout, which was the problem, and then I try and run away, and Dave manages to shoot him, which was the one thing I did not want to do. If I hadn't lost my general, things could work out differently, but I lost him. That's it basically. My general unit routed away. Didn't die, but he routed away. So now I'm getting over a run down here, 4 units against 2. Nothing I can do about it. There's 2 foot guard units in there as well. I've got 1 foot guard unit, which is now just run out of ammunition, I believe. So he's going to have to go in for melee, and by the time he gets there, he's just going to get shot up. Especially with no general left now, his morale's going to be low. So we've got 3 units up here, all heavily depleted. I've got 1 unit down the bottom. That GB unit, I believe, is Mahakar's. So I tried to get my line in a position where I could only shoot at, where I could only get shot by the one line, but Krasnikof did exactly the right thing and pulled away. And now they're shooting at my musketeers going in melee behind. That unit's now gone. As I said, main problem was ammo. Just didn't have any at all. Not enough to start shooting these guys. If I could have shot them all, probably would have been a bit different. I could have done a few more things with it. As you can see, I've got a line unit come back from routing. They're on the right there in the screen. They're going to come up as well now. So they formed up together, the 2 units I had left. One's instantly routed away as they even walked towards me. So I've got these men. There's about 100 men in there were. So, and they don't do a bad job. They stand for quite a long time until they get charged like this, and then they think fuck that, and they do a runner. So, but that was an absolutely amazing game to play in. I'd like to say good game to everyone. Thank you all for playing. It was an all Huntsman game, so salute. And thank you very much everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks, bye bye.